Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me. So this is a video on trying to make my wood boiler, my outdoor wood boiler, more efficient. And I had an idea, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago of using a repeat cycle timer on the blower, because something that's always kind of bothered me with that is, the blower turns on and it just keeps blowing and blowing, and how much of that heat is getting blown out the stack. And it's like, if I can take and make it so that I'm not running that blower all the time and just let the natural draft so the air moves slower up the stack, I would be, in my mind, grabbing more of that heat into the water jacket. And then, I don't know, it's probably been about 2 months ago, I saw a video of a product that a guy came up with. It's called the Boiler Commander, and I'll try to put a link to that here. And it got me thinking about this project again, and I'm like, I really need to do this. And I actually, by watching that video, I got a few ideas for what I wanted to do. I don't know exactly how his works, but I did learn something. This is a PID controller made by Inkbird. The model is an ITC-106HV, and it comes with this and a little collar for it. And then this is a solid state relay, and the heat trans whatever to get the heat away from it, because they will get hot if they cycle a whole bunch. I seen that that's what he was using on his, and I'm like, that would be a lot better than using this repeat cycle timer. So I figured I'd go down that route. One of the other issues that I had was, you can set your blower to run for so long, but is it up to temp? With the repeat cycle timer, you just wouldn't know. And so with this PID controller, it comes with a K-type thermocouple, but this one's really short. And I have insulated 8-inch pipe on my chimney. So I just ordered one that's got a longer probe, so I could drill a hole into the chimney and get it to work, or get it to read. Now that controls the blower part of it. I haven't quite decided yet if I'm going to put a solenoid on the damper, because with my outdoor wood boiler, the damper, the actual blower pushes that open. So I can put a solenoid on there. I've seen where guys have done that. So I may do that, and I should be able to control that. I got, let's see, this is a contactor switch and a timer, and then I got another timer here. And one of the things that I seen that he had done on that was it shuts down if after so long it doesn't reach temp, but I don't know exactly how he did that. So I'm not trying to do that per se, but it would be kind of nice that if the blower kicks on for X amount of time, to be able to just shut it down and save whatever coals I have in it. So I'm going to try to do that with these timers, but I'm not 100% sure in how that's going to work. All right guys, so I bought this handy dandy project box here that I can mount everything in, and I'm going to mount the PID right here. You can see it's kind of hard to see where I marked that out. So the first thing I'm going to do is try to get that mounted in. Alright, I got the PID mounted in here. It's nice and tight. Has this collar on here that you push down, it locks in, and then you tighten these screws. That makes it nice and rigid in here. And next thing we got to do is mount this solid state relay. And it comes with a heat sink, and you can probably get by with just screwing this on, but I like to put a little of this this is some thermal grease that I picked up online. Comes in some little packets, so you don't have a big tube of it sitting around open. So we'll put that on here so that it gets good contact and dissipates as much heat as possible. May even take more than one. These packets are pretty small. I think we will use 2 of them. Comes with 2 little screws to attach it. And we'll mount it in here. Alright, now I'm going to try to incorporate the reset button into this so that if it times out, I can hit the button and reset it to get it going again. So, yeah. We'll mount this in the side over here, I think. Because my plan is to mount this on just on the side of the wood stove. So I think if we put this right in here, should be good. One more. Oh, oh. Another one. There we go. Got our little button here. It's just a momentary button to reset. It's supposed to light up. So, yeah. Now comes the hard part. For me, anyways. Figuring out how to wire this. This is the part that is a little bit daunting. Okay, I think the first thing I'm going to do is wire in the 12 volt from the PID to here to the relay. Start with the easy stuff and work my way around. Alright, we got this thing wired up, and and got the thermocouple hooked on. Got, this is power coming in, and then top one is for the fan, and the bottom one is for the solenoid that I got to put on the damper if I need it. Show you here. So I tried drawing this up so you could see how I wired it. That's kind of messy. So this is, instead of everything running back to the terminal block, just the wire routing. I'll put them back on at the end here. Let's turn it on. Alright, it is on, and let's see what I got. I got the timer set on 10 minutes. If I turn this down, my screwdriver that works. Alright, we'll turn this down to 1 minute. There. Alright. There's a little tiny arrow right there for 10 minutes. I don't know if you can see that. And then the 100% one down here is, that'd be, okay, I got it set on 1 minute at 100%, so that'd be a full minute. If I turn it down to 90, that'd be 90% of a minute. 50% would be 30 seconds, so on, so forth. So so that means that the reset has triggered. You can see it's cycling the fan here. That's what it's going to do with the blower to try to get it back up to temp as the temp is dropping here. And then it gets down so far and it will stay running. I'm going to have to play with some of the settings to get it dialed in, I guess. The other part of the equation for this thing is this Inkbird smart thermostat. It has a thermocouple on it that goes in the wood stove. So you set this at 180 for your water temp, and then here on the heating one, we'll plug this into it. So this turns this on, and then this controls the fan and the damper once I get a solenoid mounted on there. Alright, the first thing we gotta do is replace this water temperature aquastat with the Inkbird here. And so the first thing you do is turn power off. Make sure everything's turned off, and then we'll get that replaced. I got this mounted up, powered on. I don't have it hooked up to the actual boiler. I'm just using this to monitor my stack temp up here where I got my thermocouple. I'm gonna run this for a while, see what my stack temp gets up to, and then I'll have kind of an idea where to set it. This is kind of a mess in here. I've had the boiler shut down all day, so she's reading 128 degrees. Thermocouple is in there. Probably gotta put some silicone or something in there to get it to stay in there good, but it is working. Kind of have a wiring mess here. I'll have to get that cleaned up, but these are my two wires coming from the PID. They're just not plugged into anything yet, but we'll see what she does and then we can transfer it. I want this so that if the PID goes bad, I can just use the Inkbird to control the fan. That's how I have it set up right now, but yeah, we'll see what she gets up to. One of the other things I've neglected to do on this thing is clean the baffles out here. I've actually never done it, so we're gonna do that today to get this thing up to its optimal efficiency and see how bad this is. Yeah, so this is not very good. It's like 2/3 full of ashes. So we're gonna get this cleaned out. Alright, that cleaned out real good. Now we should be at the highest efficiency we can be at. Alright guys, this thing just fired up a little bit ago. She's almost up to 700 degrees on the thermocouple up there. I don't have this plugged in yet, but you know, to the wood stove, I'm just monitoring the temps. Definitely see if I set this thing at like 600, how it would potentially save some wood. So I think that's what I'm going to do once I plug it in, is set it at 600, and then we'll try that. All right, I just plugged this in. I'm gonna start running this with the PID controller to see how well it works. I didn't put wood in the stove this morning, so I knew that it would be heating when I got home. And we are gaining temp rapidly, so we'll see how much over 600 it goes, and if we can kind of keep it around that 600 mark. The fan shut off at 600. It's gonna drop. It's dropping pretty quick. Fan just kicked back on. My water temp is at 158. It's got to get up to 165. Well, now it's shut off at 191. Back on again. I guess I'll run this for a few days and see how well it works. I mean, it's cycling the fan on and off to try to hit that 600 degree mark. So hopefully it saves some wood. Well, I've been running this for a few days now and it seems to be working. I did let it run out of wood once to check to see if the timer would kick it off, and it did. So probably won't really be able to dial it in till next year, but it's here, it's working, and we're gonna let her do its thing. So if you guys like these kinds of things, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we're gonna sign off here, and we will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.